Plutchik's Wheel of Emotions. Plutchik's Wheel of Emotions is a model created by psychologist Robert Plutchik to help explain how emotions work. It offers a simple yet powerful way to understand the range and complexity of human emotions. In everyday life, we feel many different emotions, sometimes all at once, and it can be difficult to pinpoint exactly what we are feeling. Plutchik designed his wheel to show how emotions are connected and how they interact with one another, making it easier for us to understand and label what we feel. At its core, Plutchik's Wheel of Emotions highlights 8 basic emotions that are central to human experience: joy, trust, fear, surprise, sadness, disgust, anger, and anticipation. These emotions are considered primary because they are the foundation for many other feelings we experience. Each of these primary emotions can combine or intensify, leading to more complex emotions. For example, joy and trust together can create love, while fear and surprise might create awe. Plutchik's model is shaped like a color wheel, with the 8 primary emotions arranged in a circular pattern. These emotions are placed directly opposite one another on the wheel to represent contrasting feelings. For instance, joy is opposite sadness, and anger is opposite fear. This layout shows that certain emotions naturally oppose each other, so you're unlikely to feel both at the same time. The wheel also has layers, with the intensity of each emotion decreasing as you move outward from the center. For example, rage is an intense form of anger, and as it becomes less intense, it can turn into annoyance. One of the key ideas behind Plutchik's theory is that emotions are adaptive, meaning they have evolved over time to help humans survive. Each emotion, according to Plutchik, serves a specific purpose in survival. Fear, for example, triggers the fight-or-flight response, which prepares us to deal with danger. Anger can lead to self-defense, while joy encourages behaviors that promote social bonding and well-being. These emotional responses are not random, they are built into us to handle various challenges in our environment. Plutchik also proposed that emotions can be combined to create new, more complex emotions. Just like colors mix on a color wheel, emotions can blend to form what he called dyads. For example, combining joy and trust results in love, while sadness and disgust might lead to remorse. These emotional blends help explain why human feelings can be so complex and layered. In daily life, it's common to experience multiple emotions at once, and Plutchik's wheel helps map out how these combinations occur. The wheel is not just about emotions being blended or opposites of one another. It also shows that emotions exist in varying intensities. For instance, anger can range from mild irritation to full-blown rage. The same goes for joy, which can be anything from simple contentment to extreme elation. The different intensities of emotion help explain why we don't always react the same way to similar situations. One day, something may only mildly annoy us, while another day, the same thing might make us extremely angry. Plutchik's Wheel of Emotions also introduces the idea that some emotions are linked to action tendencies. This means that emotions push us towards certain behaviors. Fear might lead to avoidance or escape, anger to confrontation, and joy to engagement with others. These tendencies are adaptive behaviors that have been passed down through evolution, because they help us respond to different challenges in life. The wheel also shows how emotions are interconnected in a way that reflects our social and personal experiences. We don't just feel emotions in isolation, how we react emotionally in one situation can influence our future emotions. For example, feeling fear might later turn into anger if we feel that the fear was unjustified. Similarly, happiness can grow into trust or love when we experience positive emotions in a relationship. Another important aspect of Plutchik's theory is that emotions are universal. He believed that everyone, regardless of culture, experiences these primary emotions, though how they are expressed might vary. This universality suggests that emotions have a biological basis, meaning they are part of what makes us human. Even though we may show emotions differently, the underlying feelings are the same across the world. This idea has been supported by research showing that people from different cultures can often recognize the same emotional expressions, such as a smile for happiness or a frown for sadness. Plutchik's Wheel of Emotions also helps in understanding emotional health and well-being. By recognizing that emotions can blend, vary in intensity, and serve adaptive purposes, we can better manage our emotional responses. It gives us a framework to think about our feelings more clearly, which can help in managing stress, conflict, and emotional challenges. For instance, if we understand that our anger is just a more intense form of annoyance, we might be able to address it before it escalates. Likewise, recognizing that fear can sometimes trigger inappropriate avoidance can help us confront situations rather than run from them. The wheel can also be useful in therapy and counseling. Mental health professionals use models like Plutchik's wheel to help people identify and understand their emotions. By mapping out where certain feelings come from and how they're connected, individuals can gain insight into their emotional reactions. This can be particularly helpful in managing anxiety, depression, or other emotional disorders, where emotions might feel overwhelming or hard to understand. Plutchik's wheel also emphasizes that emotions are temporary states, not permanent traits. Just because we feel angry or sad doesn't mean we're an angry person or a sad person. Emotions come and go, and they can shift based on our circumstances and thoughts. Understanding this can help us approach emotions with more flexibility rather than feeling stuck in any one emotional state. In modern psychology, Plutchik's model is still widely used because it captures the complexity of human emotions in a simple, visual way. It offers a practical tool for anyone looking to better understand themselves and others. Whether you're trying to figure out why you're feeling a certain way, or you're trying to help someone else through a difficult time, the wheel provides a clear framework for thinking about emotions. In summary, Plutchik's Wheel of Emotions gives us a way to visualize and understand the rich, complex nature of our feelings. By mapping out primary emotions, their intensities, and how they blend together, the wheel shows that emotions are interconnected, purposeful, and constantly changing. It helps us make sense of our emotional experiences, recognize patterns, and better manage our emotional responses. Whether you're experiencing joy, anger, fear, or any other emotion, Plutchik's wheel offers insight into why you feel what you feel and how those emotions can guide your actions. This understanding of emotions as adaptive, universal, and multifaceted can be a valuable tool for improving emotional awareness and well-being.